12 subtle habits that make you instantly likable at work. Want to be more likable at work without trying too hard? These 12 subtle habits, from genuine smiles to active listening, will effortlessly boost your charm and build stronger connections. 1. Smile genuinely. A genuine smile, one that crinkles the corners of your eyes, is a universal signal of warmth and openness. It instantly disarms tension and makes colleagues feel comfortable around you. Unlike a forced grin, a real smile reflects authentic positivity, fostering trust and connection. At work, this small gesture can transform interactions, from casual hallway chats to high-stakes meetings. For example, smiling when greeting a coworker or acknowledging a good idea in a brainstorming session creates an inviting atmosphere. To cultivate this habit, practice mindfulness to stay present, as genuine smiles stem from being emotionally engaged. Avoid overdoing it. Constant smiling can seem insincere. Instead, let your smile emerge naturally in response to positive moments, like a colleague's success or a shared joke. Research shows smiling triggers mirror neurons, encouraging others to smile back, amplifying rapport. By consistently offering a warm, authentic smile, you signal approachability, making coworkers more likely to seek you out for collaboration or conversation, boosting your likability effortlessly. 2. Use people's names. Using someone's name in conversation is a powerful yet subtle way to build connection and show respect. It signals that you're attentive and value the individual, not just the interaction. For instance, saying, "Great point, Sarah," in a meeting feels more personal than a generic, "good idea." This habit fosters a sense of recognition, making colleagues feel seen. To do this effectively, pay attention when introduced to new people and repeat their name mentally to commit it to memory. If you forget a name, politely ask. It shows humility. Avoid overusing names, as it can feel manipulative. Instead, sprinkle them naturally in greetings, farewells, or when addressing someone directly. Studies, like those from Dale Carnegie's work, show people respond positively to hearing their own name, as it activates reward centers in the brain. At work, this habit strengthens relationships with coworkers, from interns to managers, creating a collaborative vibe. By consistently using names thoughtfully, you cultivate trust and warmth, making you more likable without seeming overly eager or inauthentic. 3. Listen more than you talk. Active listening, focusing fully on the speaker without interrupting or mentally rehearsing your response, demonstrates respect and genuine interest. It makes colleagues feel valued, fostering stronger workplace relationships. Instead of dominating conversations, aim to listen 70% of the time and speak 30%. Practice techniques like nodding, maintaining eye contact, and paraphrasing what's said, such as, "So you're saying the deadline is tight?" This shows you're engaged and clarifies understanding. Avoid distractions like checking your phone or glancing away, as they signal disinterest. Research from Harvard Business Review highlights that good listeners are perceived as trustworthy and approachable, key traits of likability. At work, listening attentively during team discussions or one-on-one chats builds rapport and encourages others to open up. It also helps you learn valuable insights about colleagues' needs or perspectives, strengthening collaboration. By resisting the urge to interject with your own ideas and instead prioritizing others' voices, you create a safe space for dialogue. This understated habit makes you a go-to confidant and teammate, enhancing your workplace likability naturally. 4. Give sincere compliments. Offering specific, authentic compliments is a subtle way to make colleagues feel appreciated and valued. Unlike vague praise like, "good job," a targeted compliment, such as, "Your presentation slides were so clear and engaging," shows you've noticed their effort. This boosts morale and builds goodwill. To master this habit, observe colleagues' contributions, whether it's a well-handled client call or a creative problem-solving approach, and acknowledge them privately or in group settings. Sincerity is key. Avoid exaggeration or flattery, as it can seem disingenuous. Research from Gallup shows that recognition increases employee engagement, making your compliments a win-win. Time them thoughtfully, like praising a coworker's effort right after a project milestone. Be inclusive, complimenting not just high performers but also quieter teammates. This habit fosters positivity and encourages reciprocity, as others may return the gesture. By consistently noticing and verbalizing what colleagues do well, you create a supportive atmosphere, making you a likable presence who uplifts the team without appearing to seek approval or favor. 5. Remember small details. Recalling small details about colleagues, like their favorite lunch spot or a recent vacation, shows you genuinely care about them as individuals. This habit builds trust and deepens connections, as people feel remembered and valued. For example, asking, "How was your hiking trip last weekend?" after a brief mention weeks ago demonstrates attentiveness. To develop this skill, practice active listening during casual conversations and jot down key details in a private note if needed. Be natural when bringing up these details to avoid seeming calculated. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology suggests that small, thoughtful gestures increase interpersonal closeness. At work, this habit can turn acquaintances into allies, as colleagues appreciate your effort to know them beyond tasks. Use it sparingly to maintain authenticity, focusing on meaningful moments like a coworker's hobby or family milestone. By weaving these details into conversations, you create a warm, personalized dynamic, making you more approachable and likable without needing grand gestures or overt friendliness. 6. Mirror body language subtly. Subtly mirroring a colleague's body language, such as their posture, gestures, or tone, builds subconscious rapport by signaling alignment and empathy. For example, if someone leans forward while talking, slightly leaning in yourself can create a sense of connection. This technique, rooted in psychology's chameleon effect, fosters comfort without being overt. To do it effectively, observe natural cues during conversations, like crossed arms or a relaxed stance, and reflect them gently. Avoid mimicking every move, as it can seem mocking or creepy. Research from the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior shows mirroring enhances likability by creating a sense of similarity. At work, this habit works well in meetings or one-on-ones, making colleagues feel at ease. Pair it with active listening to amplify its impact. Be mindful of cultural differences, as some gestures may not translate universally. By subtly aligning your body language with others, you create a harmonious dynamic that makes you approachable and likable, all while remaining authentic and unobtrusive in your interactions. 7. Show up on time. Punctuality is a quiet but powerful habit that signals respect for others' time and builds trust. Arriving on time for meetings, deadlines, or even casual coffee chats shows you value colleagues' schedules, enhancing your reliability. For example, starting a team call promptly sets a professional tone and avoids frustrating others. To master this, plan ahead, account for potential delays and aim to arrive 5 minutes early. If you're running late, communicate promptly with a brief apology. Studies from the Journal of Applied Psychology link punctuality to perceived dependability, a cornerstone of likability. At work, consistent timeliness makes you a dependable teammate, encouraging others to trust you with responsibilities. It also reduces stress for everyone, fostering a positive environment. Even in flexible workplaces, honoring agreed-upon times demonstrates professionalism. By prioritizing punctuality, you subtly convey that you care about your team's needs, making colleagues more likely to enjoy working with you and view you as a respectful, likable presence in the workplace. 8. Be enthusiastic, but not overbearing. Authentic enthusiasm is contagious, uplifting team morale and making you a magnet for collaboration. Showing genuine excitement about a project or a colleague's idea, like saying, "That's such a creative approach," spreads positivity without feeling forced. The key is balance. Match your energy to the group's mood and avoid overwhelming quieter colleagues. To cultivate this, focus on aspects of work that genuinely spark your interest, whether it's a new initiative or a teammate's success. Research from the Journal of Positive Psychology shows moderate enthusiasm boosts interpersonal connections, while excessiveness can alienate. At work, this habit shines in brainstorming sessions or casual chats, where your optimism can inspire others. Practice self-awareness to dial back if you sense you're dominating the vibe. By sharing enthusiasm thoughtfully, you create an inviting atmosphere that draws people to you. This makes you likable as someone who energizes the team while remaining attuned to others' comfort levels, fostering a collaborative and uplifting workplace dynamic. 9. Admit when you don't know something. Admitting you don't have all the answers shows humility and authenticity, making you relatable and trustworthy. Instead of bluffing through a question, saying, "I'm not sure, but I'll find out," invites respect and collaboration. This vulnerability counters workplace bravado, encouraging others to be open too. To practice this, embrace curiosity, ask clarifying questions or seek input from colleagues, which also builds rapport. Research from the Academy of Management Journal shows that admitting limitations enhances perceptions of competence when paired with a willingness to learn. At work, this habit fosters a culture of honesty, especially in meetings or problem-solving scenarios. Avoid over-apologizing, frame your admission confidently to maintain credibility. By owning your knowledge gaps, you signal that you prioritize truth over ego, making colleagues feel safe to do the same. This creates a supportive environment where people gravitate toward you as a grounded, approachable teammate, boosting your likability without requiring you to overcompensate or project false confidence. 10. Share credit generously. Sharing credit for successes, whether by highlighting a teammate's idea in a meeting or thanking the group in an email, shows selflessness and builds team spirit. It makes colleagues feel valued and encourages collaboration. For example, saying, "This project worked because of Lisa's research," amplifies others' contributions. To do this well, actively notice who contributes, even in small ways, and acknowledge them publicly or privately. Avoid taking sole credit, even unintentionally, as it can breed resentment. Research from the Journal of Organizational Behavior shows that generous credit sharing increases trust and likability among teams. At work, this habit strengthens relationships, as colleagues appreciate your fairness. Be genuine. Forced praise feels hollow. By consistently celebrating others, you foster a positive culture where people feel motivated to contribute. This makes you a likable leader or teammate, as others see you as someone who prioritizes the group's success over personal glory, creating a ripple effect of goodwill and mutual respect in the workplace. 11. Maintain good eye contact. Comfortable eye contact signals confidence and attentiveness, making colleagues feel heard and respected. It fosters trust during conversations, whether in meetings or casual chats. For example, holding eye contact while a coworker explains an idea shows you're fully engaged. To practice this, aim for natural, steady contact, about 60 to 70% of the time during a conversation, without staring, which can feel intense. If eye contact feels uncomfortable, try looking at the bridge of someone's nose or alternate between their eyes. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that appropriate eye contact enhances perceptions of warmth and confidence. At work, it strengthens connections, especially in one-on-ones or presentations. Be mindful of cultural norms, as prolonged eye contact can be perceived differently across cultures. By using eye contact thoughtfully, you create a sense of presence that draws people to you. This subtle habit makes you more likable, as colleagues feel valued and connected, fostering stronger workplace relationships without requiring overt effort. 12. Stay calm under pressure. Remaining composed during stressful moments, like a tight deadline or a heated meeting, makes you a stabilizing force, drawing colleagues to you for guidance. For example, responding to a project setback with, "Let's figure this out together," shows resilience and leadership. To build this habit, practice deep breathing or pausing before reacting to stressors. Reflect on past challenges to reinforce your ability to handle pressure. Research from the Journal of Applied Psychology shows that calm individuals are perceived as more trustworthy and likable, as they create a sense of safety. At work, this trait shines in crises, encouraging others to stay focused rather than panic. Avoid suppressing emotions entirely, acknowledge stress but redirect energy toward solutions. By modeling composure, you inspire confidence and collaboration, making teammates feel supported. This habit enhances your likability as someone who can be relied upon, fostering a positive environment where others feel comfortable turning to you, strengthening your role as a valued and approachable colleague. Mastering these 12 subtle habits can transform your workplace presence, fostering genuine connections and trust. By practicing authenticity, attentiveness, and respect, you'll become instantly more likable without seeming forced. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your relationships thrive, creating a positive, collaborative environment where everyone feels valued.